Is everyone ready to get started?
Ready.
Yes. Ready. Let's go.
All right, baby.
Go.
So,
Ready
what
as we
session
can
is this?
be.
What session is this? 12?
12.
Pretty sure this is 12, yeah.
Pretty sure this is 12.
12.
All right. So I will start off by saying, welcome to session 12 of the Naturolls. And we come back to visit the Ashen Crown. But before we get onto the ship, I'd like to bring everybody back to the campfire. So I'll go through a little introduction and catch everybody up, as well as, future listeners. As we come back to the campfire, Svetlana is briefly reminded of a long-forgotten image in the flames, fading away like a sign laid in the sun for too long. While praying to Kor, she saw a face in the flames, but was quickly moved along as our adventurers moved from the Ashen Crown to the warehouse. After clearing the jagged knife out of the Deadeye saloon and narrowly avoiding a bar fight, the Tater Tots made their way back to the Ashen Crown, where they spoke with Jasper Calloway, who let them onto the vessel at the request of Captain Demir Bloodwake. After a short rest, they worked their way to the storage house, where Sal unlocked every single door before going in to explore. Sal and Svetlana overheard some conversations when Sal moved closer. Sal overheard Jagged Knife bandits talking of changes within the Jagged Knife, and one declaring he wanted to be reborn with flame. Svetlana confronted them with Kor's light in her heart and witnessed a glow throughout the entire storage house. One Jagged Knife bandit took a knee before declaring that Svetlana had not been bathed in flame and was not Scorchborn. Every time Svetlana brought about Kor, the storage house glowed from a golden gemstone inset in a golden sun. And after invoking Kor's light, she cut through multiple Jagged Knife bandits, enraged by the blasphemy of those invoking Kor's light for evil ends. In true Sal fashion, hiding in the shadows, he took out all the bandits with a rogue's flair, while Yriel accidentally stumbled upon the gilded Dawnstone itself, along with an orc, bandits, and a hexer. Toko suffered a curse and got hit in the head, while an invisible Pazu rained havoc. The invisible Pazu slashed a giant orc right in the face. Or no, that was crossbowman, right in the face. And then a giant orc challenged the party, with almost everyone suffering blows until Bogha set the orc on fire, where he eventually succumbed to the flames. Upon finishing this battle, the Tater Tots scooped up the Gilded Dawnstone and made their way back to the Ashen Crown. They had secured transit to the Endless Forest, with a nervous Sal trepidatiously watching the start of their journey, and everyone seeing the crew of the Ashen Crown move about as if without thought. Now aboard the Ashen Crown, we have what should be a 3-day journey ahead of us to get to the Endless Forest. So, anybody have, before we jump into the ship, as we sit around the campfire, want to, say any words, or are we jumping, right into the action? Sorry, I probably should have done that first as opposed to second, but...
I am good to jump right into the action.
You see, he's kind of like very pensive in a corner, and he kind of looks up to the party, like his brows frowned. Why do you think they call it the Endless Forest?
Because you can go in, but you can never get out. I don't know.
Sal kind of smiles and says, That's not far off. It's big. You can get lost really easily if you don't know your way, and it's pretty dangerous. I mean, you guys remember, we were there.
Svetlana looks pensive. She kind of sits back in her chair, listening to the people around her, but also kind of in her own little world in her thoughts. And she's thinking about, these heretics and the misuse of Kor's light and his name. And she does a little prayer, just, thanking Kor for guiding her way. She's going to go ahead and roll her prayer dice for the session. And she got triple ones. I feel like I should get a reward for that. All 3 ones. So she's got 3 of those to use if needed. And she's quiet and in her thoughts.
I think you'd see a little shiver pass across Sal as he kind of remembers. He did not have a great life in the Endless Forest where he's from. So He remembers what it was like being on the ship on the way there.
We were so tired after that fight with the jagged knife. I remember just getting onto the ship and being so tired and just wanting to lay down.
Just resting for a long time, one could say. Just a nice long rest is, it was really good.
Toko sees Svetlana like in her prayer and then waits respectfully for her to stop or finish. He gets up, sits next to her, and like awkwardly puts his arm around her and says, "Friend Svetlana, if anyone bothers you, you come to me."
Spasiba, Toko. Spasiba. And I kind of nuzzle into his hand a little bit.
All right. Anyone else want to jump in before we get to it? Okay. So we return to the Ashen Crown, where we had left off before. So as you guys have boarded the Ashen Crown, you have already set off at sea. And last time I had read through some of the notable, crew members, and I believe I had added that to some notes if anybody wanted for reference. Would we want to hear the little description of some of the folks on the ship? Would that be beneficial? Remind everyone's memory as well?
Yes, please.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So above the Ashen Crown, it's floating above the water like a monarch of the seas. The top deck is alive with activity as crew members move around as the ship is now, on its outward journey. Looking around you, you can tell this comes naturally through hands so practiced that no thinking is needed. Captain Demir and Jasper look over the bustle of activity from the bow of the ship, critical but admiring the work being done. You see towards the center of the ship, Elias Vane, a pale blue-skinned elf. He settles in by the mast on the top deck as the ship sets sail. You don't hear a word from him, but it looks like he is whispering to someone, and somehow a barnacle is precariously balanced on his shoulder as he moves about. Virex Ashman, a human male, moves from place to place with an endless enthusiasm and an eager helpfulness. His whole body is covered by clothing, despite the warmth, which you can catch some sort of scar creeping above his neckline as like a vine grows up a wall. Matthias, the quartermaster, exudes a strength that befits their stout build. They carry a variety of tools and measurements to assist in measuring and weighing everything that comes on board. They settle in the captain's quarters in the south of the ship. Silas Drake, a female orc, walks about the ship with her staff in hand like a peacock displaying their feathers with pride. And below all of this bustle, the ship itself creaks and breathes, filled with the sound of water lapping the hull, the snap of sails, and the murmur of its crew. You overhear grumbling about card games and sleeping quarters down below, discussion of cargo weights and feeding schedules for some unusual goods, and drifting between the usual banter, like a breeze laced with salt and secrets. Fragments of speech that include a glowing sun. Ugh, things unsettled in the cargo hold. Have you seen what Virex was carrying? Now, what would you guys like to do?
First thing I would like to ask is, you mentioned in both the pre-recap and then that recap that everybody seems to be moving without thought. And I just wanted to double check. They don't look like zombies or something, right? They're not moving that level of without thought, right? Sal would be watching, like kind of noticing that people were going through the motions and just checking to make sure nothing that we should be aware of was happening, nothing suspicious.
Zal would very quickly see that these people know so well what they're doing that it is actually impressive. Like you know your own craft very well, and certainly, I'd imagine you might admire the folks who do it equally as well, whether it's scrubbing the deck to putting together the sails or tying knots. It just goes. It's like a machine.
Okay, just want to make sure this wasn't like a danger situation. Are there any shanties happening? Any sea shanties?
Any what?
Sea shanties. Are there any like pirate songs?
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Not currently.
Shanties was not the word that I heard.
Yeah, that wasn't the word I heard either, which is kind of amusing.
I was like,
Are there any
that's
of
pretty.
are there any of those going on? No,
Hey.
I think Sal would kind of like mosey up to Hilo and be like, "Don't you find it kind of odd that they're not singing? I always thought they sang on boats. It's always been my impression."
Hilo, who grew up in a dock town, kind of looks at him a little confused, going, Why would they be singing?
Well,
Because at the docks, of course, they're busy loading and unloading, and they don't sing nearly so much as they're trained.
I mean, I haven't been on boats a lot, but back in my hometown, whenever they do, despite what you may have heard about the Endless Forest, we still had people who would entertain. There'd be traveling troops that would come through for entertainment, and whenever it was a pirate show or something along those lines, they always seemed like very, very jovial workers. There was a lot of tunes involved, so I guess I just assumed that was the way it worked on boats.
Well, maybe the things you saw were more of an ideal, a model of a modern major, for example.
Despite my laughter, Sal would just kind of stare at him, not quite getting it. And then at least a little while, Sal would kind of float around between the workers and just see if he can teach them like a sailing song of some kind.
Bogha, being seaborn, actually knows at least one shanty.
Ooh.
From her time around the bodies of water. She often she hears ships going by with their crew singing, and she quietly starts to sing to herself, "What shall we do with the drunken sailor?"
Oh man, that's really good. Let's like, what do I want to
Hooray and up she rises, hooray and up she rises, hooray and up she rises.
Early in the morning.
While Bogha is singing, like Sal will kind of just like walk up behind like Elias and just be like, "So you're not joining in the song? Like, that's kind of weird." Just kind of go around and try to convince people to join in on the singing.
Elias sort of like actually like jumps a little bit like startled.
Sorry, I forget that I have that effect. That's sorry. I'm very quiet. Hey,
like oh, it's okay. Sorry. I was in the middle of talking to somebody.
I can wait.
And then you just see like Elias kind of like turn towards like Elias's like shoulder a little bit, just like whispering, and then just like looks back and goes like, "Oh, I'm done."
Can I overhear could I hear what he said?
You can give a little what is it? First roll of the day, baby.
Ooh,
give me a what would it be? Presence, I guess. No, not presence. Sorry,
Probably,
perception.
I would say instinct. Yeah.
Yeah.
First roll of official release. Actually, right?
Whoa!
Whoa!
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, the dice that came with the limited edition are broken, so that was bad. That's a 9 with hope.
A 9 with hope. Well, make sure you take a hope, good friend. Max yourself out. And all you kind of just hear is just like a like mumbling, like kind of like garbled, like Charlie Brown speech, and then so you don't really get any idea what was said.
And then once Elias turns back, Sal just kind of like look over at Bogha as the song is still going on, just be like, "Sorry, I kind of thought everybody was going to sing. I got the impression that this was kind of a top deck type song, so I wasn't sure. I know it's not my place, but it really feels like it would kind of, I don't know. Everybody looks a little down in the dumps. I was thinking the song might help."
Well, no, they
The
go for
grog
songs all the
stores
time.
They do.
Oh, go ahead.
Perhaps grog stores have depleted.
Oh.
This could be why.
Sal turns back to Elias.
Yeah.
Is it the grog? Do you need some? Sal kind of pats his pockets. He doesn't have any alcohol of any kind. But yeah, maybe that's it. That's a good point, Bogha. That's a good point.
Elias looks at you and just blankly for a second, and then just kind of says out, he's like, drinking. Oh, no, not safe. I'll say, there's no time for me to drink or anything on here. Like, I don't sing. That's not safe either. I was like, I got to make sure that everything's tied down, that I get everything done. It's like, no. But these other folks, they sometimes, sing songs. And then you see him kind of like looking off like into the distance, right? Looking like a little bit further off. He's like, ooh, wait. That cleat's not tied down. You see him like kind of just like pitter patter, like his feet just kind of go away. And like you hear the sounds, but then like really quickly, you stop hearing him kind of in an odd way where you're like, that was actually like oddly quiet. And he just kind of like scuttles like off towards like the cleat. And you see him start to like rewrap like the rope around it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, there's a little barnacle you see on his shoulder. You don't know how it stays there.
And Sal turns to Bogha and is like, right. And we don't drink either. And like gives a big wink.
Right. Bogha's just looking at him with the just grin and like just nodding her head. Where do we find grog?
The time of day right now, is it daytime or is it nighttime? Early morning?
It is daytime, and I technically have like a nighttime version of this, so like I'll try to transition, but I'm nervous that mechanically for those later on listening that in Roll20, like I'll have to juggle the two. But I will signal as time passes because, like I said, 3-day journey, I meant that deliberately. So, think about what you've still got time to do probably, kind of a number of things. Certainly talking to people, exploring, and I'll kind of give you, feedback on the passage of time.
So, in listening to some of the conversations that have happened on board, I know that the object that was being carried by one of the ship members would have piqued Svetlana's interest. You mentioned that. What was the name of the crew member that was said to be holding the mysterious object? The sun?
Virex Ashman. Well, didn't say
Virex.
sun. Somebody just said, you overheard briefly somebody say, did you see what Virex was carrying?
Oh, right.
And then in a separate conversation, you heard something about a glowing sun. But that was a separate conversation.
I see.
Yeah.
And
We're
Virex
making
was not
assumptions.
one
It's
of-
okay.
Yeah, that's true. You know
We
what?
put two and two
assumptions
together.
Do. Was Virex one of the crew members that we saw on the top of the ship, or no?
Yeah, so Virex is just inside, so like right here. So Elias was hanging out on top. And for reference, guys, like we can, move around, or if that's what we want to do, as much as possible. But if you just want to kind of theater the mind it a little bit too, just because, moving around could be a little tighter, that's fine as well. But so inside here is where Virex is.
And also,
He's like at the helm steering the ship currently.
and also, if people are going to listen to this, the more that we don't just say right here and not reference what we're talking about in Roll20,
Yep.
the less that we do that, the better. Just
The center
and
of
I
the
don't-
ship where the steering wheel is.
after.
Svetlana would make her way that way. But of course, you can go, Sal, as well.
No, I was just going to say after Sal kind of tries to goad a few more just random crew members, not any of the named ones, just like the real like crew member 1, like that sort of character. After Sal does that a little bit more, Sal would kind of go back to the front of the ship and just look over the front towards the destination, and he's gonna spend a little time quietly while other people do things.
Yeah, and to be clear, you see a hustle activity throughout the ship. So, I mean, I have a number of kind of just random folks without unnamed to, what we started with. So you could find any number of people to talk to, interact with, in addition to the named people. I mean, I moved Svetlana over inside where Virex is, just because I figured that's where she seemed to be going. Hope that was okay.
Yes, thank you. Svetlana goes to the center of the ship and enters this little wooden room where there appears to be a steering wheel, and Virex is there guiding the ship. Virex. It's Virex, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'll say that's me.
How did you come to be on this mighty vessel?
Well, I'll tell you that for a long time, I was staying in Kogsberg, and over in Kogsberg, I did a number of jobs, and I never really found one that quite stuck. A lot of helping here and there, some mechanical work. Ended up kind of finding out that I was good with my hands, and one day, I met the good old captain. And he saw the work that I had done. I was actually repairing some small simple kind of clank machines. There wasn't anything really complicated, and he was so impressed that we started talking, and eventually we ended up hitting it off, and I found my way over to the Ashen Crown when he was leaving for another trade expedition.
That's amazing. And how long ago was that you met Captain Demir?
Oh, I would say sometime in the... Oh my gosh, wow. You think about it, it must have been a few months ago? Probably like three months, so not that long. I was going to say, but I'm a quick learner, and I'm really here to do the best that I can. I take pride in whatever work I'm given.
Yes, and it seems like you're doing a very good job. This ship is quite magnificent indeed. So what exactly is your position on the ship? What do you do?
I'm a little bit of everything. You could say I'm sort of the second quartermaster almost. I oversee really whatever needs to be done. I'm steering the ship for now, and later on I'll be going down to the cargo hold to check on some of the supplies. And no work is above where I'm at. So when the cleaning needs to be done, I run and do that as well. So think of me as I go where the captain needs me, and happily so.
That is very impressive. You mentioned the cargo hold. Is there anything interesting that you have found recently?
Oh no, this is a pretty standard, trading expedition. It's a lot of random wares and goods. Honestly, I don't even know what's in every single one of the boxes. I could probably find a list of it somewhere. I did hear something kind of growling down there at one point, so we might be transporting an animal. That happens sometimes. It's nothing, too out of the ordinary.
So, do you keep a logbook of all the things that you have stored down in the cargo hold?
Oh, we definitely have one, yeah. But usually Matthias is overseeing that right now over in the captain's quarters. So Matthias is looking through that at the moment, and so that's where we'll be looking at the list to start. But I'll tell you that Matthias can't help but look at anything with numbers on it. I was going to say constantly going, adding, and putting everything together. But they are, they're a worker, numbers person.
Interesting. So you haven't come upon anything out of the ordinary recently. I noticed at the place we were just at, there was quite a few sun symbols around that seemed to be associated with some religious sect. Have you happened across any of those or any items with those symbols on them?
Sun symbol? Say no.
Yeah.
But what is it? What does it look like? Is it
sun.
Is it just a regular sun? Like, I mean, is it? I don't think I've seen anything like that.
Can I tell if he's being honest?
Yeah, you could certainly give me a. I guess what would that be? Presence roll.
That is a critical success. I
Okay,
get wrecked. I mean,
So her dice
I guess
were
it
First
should.
one a full release.
It
Let's
probably
go.
should have been instinct, actually, but I mean, whatever. It's
Well,
it's a critical
plus and a
success.
+2,
It's a
so-
double force and a +2. So
her
clear
dice
clear
work
stress.
the same in full release as the playtest. Good to know.
Yeah, what is like what? I mean, just don't give her those digital dice we were playing with the one day, buddy. Like, oh my gosh.
jeez.
And so you definitely get the sense that he is telling you part of the story. You believe much of what he's saying, but perhaps not everything he's saying. And as he, says that, the kind of scarring on his neck kind of like catches your eye. It's kind of like creeping up, like, so he's fully clothed, right? But it kind of got like scars creeping up on the neck.
Does the term Scorchborn mean anything to you?
Scorchborn.
Yes.
I'll say who. No. So I don't think I've heard anything like that. But what is that like a band? Like is that a musician?
And he still seems like he's being honest, or do I need to roll again?
No. This one, you don't, believe what he's saying.
I don't believe what he's saying.
No.
I say interesting. I don't think you're telling me the truth. And then I look him deep in the eyes, kind of my friendly expression gone. And he can see just a little like glow of anger behind my eyes as I stare him down.
You see him and he sort of stares at you, and when he looks back you get this briefest glimpse of like, is this guy like about to kind of like do something, and then just as quickly you almost see like a mask. It's almost like he switched like faces in a way, where it just like goes from that to just like this completely like turns to a genuine smile of like, that's the funniest thing I've heard today. I was going to say you're a funny one, and he just kind of like laughs it and kind of starts steering the ship again.
I'm not a fawn. I'm not a funny one. I am a cow. And I
sorry.
I give him one last kind of glare over the shoulder, and I open the door and I exit.
Yeah, he doesn't, see no reaction from him, and he just, kind of keeps going, and certainly got the impression too that he, cares about what he does, and definitely wants to do a good job.
Okay. I will attempt to go back to the main part of the deck to join my friends and relay this information to them, kind of letting them know, I think this guy may be holding a bit of information back. There might be something sketchy about him. I have a feeling that he is maybe part of the Scorchborn. He has a strange scar on his neck, which might have been part of his trial or something to become Scorchborn. Did I notice, was it more of like a burn or like a blade mark?
You rolled a critical success, Svetlana. You, it very much looks burny to you.
Okay, yeah. So I just, knowing what I know about, where we were just docked, and the sun, the people who are worshiping the sun and who are taking Kor's name in vain, and becoming Scorchborn, I just have a feeling he's associated with those fellows, and I relay that information.
This seemed like rather serious accusations. No?
Yes, I feel that I'm a pretty good read of people, though. He seemed friendly at first, but it almost seemed like he was somewhat putting on an act. like he wore multiple faces, and was very adept at convincing people, and deceiving.
We are strangers to his ship. To be fair, could
True.
come from that.
And this is why I did not cut him down with an axe immediately. I preferred to talk to you first.
Hilo, who seems to be catching up with the whole situation still, like not quite understanding what's going on. The captain would not be thrilled to know there were cultists on board, right?
He did say that he met Captain Demir in Cogsburg, which I thought was interesting because you hail from Cogsburg, right, Hilo?
Yes.
Do you remember this cultist activity being present in your hometown?
Hilo looks really like as sheepish as he has ever looked before, and says, I was a bit more sheltered in Cogsburg.
Sheltered how?
My parents didn't approve of interactions with some people.
So you were kept indoors?
Not
Like
kept
with
per
sturdy
se.
roofs.
Not kept per se. But I was not encouraged to associate with those people.
Okay. I just wonder if he is perhaps associated with the Scorchborn. And I wondered if, that there's not much cultist activity in Cogsburg. Did he perhaps come to be Scorchborn with his association with Captain Demir? Did he become Scorchborn while employed here? I don't know the answer. I just think maybe there's more to Captain Demir than we first thought.
When you left, was there anyone in the room with Virex? Was there anyone in there?
Not that I could see. I only saw him in the room.
Sal would like to keep an eye on the entrance to the area where Virex is. And if he sees anybody go in, he's going to try to follow.
Okay. Yeah, it means easy enough. I mean, the top of the ship is open. I mean, that's kind of like the second story of the ship. Again, a very large ship. Okay. Not like story, I guess, but like there's stairs, leading up a little bit. But you can, see easily enough if people are going in and out.
Okay, so it's not like, is it inside? Like, would I have to go through a door or something like that, or is it's not enclosed? It's just.
No, yeah, you can see. So there's like a little room. There's a room where the steering wheel is, right? Mm-hmm. But there's a bunch of windows. There's a door. I mean, if somebody was going in and out, you would probably notice. Okay. It's not hard. Don't need to roll for that.
Just keeping an eye on things while we're talking.
Yeah, and as far as you can tell, nobody's gone in and out. So you'd assume that Virex is still in there, steering the ship. Okay. I mean, someone's got to steer it.
But I just want to point out, I think it's called a helm. I think they call
there you go.
Steering
we'll go with him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Toko looks around for a fishing rod. Does he find one?
You don't see one in the immediate vicinity of the deck, but there's lots of people around. I mean, are you going to go look for it, or are you just kind of taking a quick glance?
Yeah, I'll go look for it. Like, I want to actually get some fish and like make a nice meal. It seems as like there's no alcohol, right?
Oh, you guys haven't really looked for alcohol either, to be fair.
Oh yeah, but like assuming there's no alcohol, like I want to make my friends a nice meal.
You look around and as you let's say you're working your way you're currently at the bow of the ship, you're working your way toward the stern or the back of the ship, and you see a guy just kind of hanging out there. Looks like a kind of run of the mill ship worker. He's got like nice little hat on, kind of looks a little piratey, but definitely not a pirate. And he is very much fishing right off the back.
Oh, he's already fishing.
He's fishing right now.
Damn it. Like, oh, hello, friend.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good. Any luck today? Are they biting?
I'll say out here at this time, this part of the sea. Nah, I say none of nothing. I'll say usually we don't
No.
get something until we're a little bit further out. I wasn't saying. I was just trying to get it early in hopes that I might get lucky, but nah, nothing today.
You got another one of those so I can join you?
No, yeah, I can go get one for you. I'll say that's no problem if you want to wait a minute.
That'd be great.
All right, so you see him kind of like run off.
What does he do?
Heads
with
on
it?
out.
What does he do with his fishing rod when he leaves?
Oh, he leaves it there, of course. He leaves it. There's like a little fishing rod holder.
Okay.
He kind of runs off, so you see him, kind of like go like run down the stairs, and he seems a little bit excited. He's like, oh my god, nobody ever wants to fish with me. You get the sense that maybe nobody else cares to fish, even though they're on the water all the time. And then runs down the stairs. You see him go into one of the doors, and then you assume he's going to get you a fishing rod. just probably got. It's a big ship though, so got to wait a few minutes. Is there anything you do while you're waiting for him to come back?
I kind of look around to see, like, I'm trying to figure out like what kind of bait he's using, and like what kind of fishing line he's got, and because like I've this is all very fancy to me, right? Like I'm wild born. I've fished before, but mostly using a spear and very rudimentary, like a bamboo stick and some whatever I found as thread for pulling fish, right? So like
No. You look over. I mean, and you see like a legit fishing rod, and it has it's a stick. It's got the little kind of holes, eyelets, I believe they're called, right, going on the one side. And there's actually like this little thingy with string wrapped around it. I mean, you may not know exactly what that is, but you kind of see how it all fits together. And then oddly enough, though, you see no bait anywhere around. There's not a knife. There's nothing even suggesting that there's any sort of bait on the end of this hook. And, I'd imagine that'd be confusing for somebody who probably doesn't have a lot of experience, fishing, right?
It is, yeah.
And then eventually you see this guy, kind of come, running back. And he runs to the back of the ship. He's got another rod. He kind of goes, boop, plonks it down, like kind of like all proud and sort of happy. Like he's almost beaming a little bit, like, check out this awesome thing. And, he says, hey, hey, here you go. I say, feel free to, stand around and cast out.
Sal is going to come up behind them, and once he sees Toko kind of with the rod kind of cast in, Sal is going to climb up the edge of the railing and kind of hook his feet in the railing. And he is going to cast out into the water as well with his tongue and try to see if he can catch a fish with his long tongue.
Salty.
Wait. So we're in the back of the ship, right? Like
you're in the back of the ship right now.
Yeah. Okay. So I should. Sorry, because that if we were in the front of the ship, that would have been painful for.
Yes.
So
I imagine it's like dipping your tongue in a jar of olives.
That sounds delicious.
I mean, actually, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
So anybody who comes to the back of the ship is going to see two people fishing, and then Sal is basically hanging by the edge of the rail, like leaning over, just tongue out. And it's like if you looked over, it's just like skipping along the top of the water.
I was about to say, though, I got to be honest, and I don't like to take away your fun, but I was going to say, this is a giant ship, right? Like, unless your tongue is like a full, like, 20 feet long.
It's I'm like, on my character sheet.
About the size of his tongue.
Yeah, on my character sheet, it says long tongue. So
tongue? All right, let's assume, I'm going to assume that you got far enough down, right? Because, it's a very large ship, right? I mean, you're talking, it's like multiple floors, like stories.
Yeah.
So I'm going to assume you kind of like climb down a little bit, further.
Yeah, on my way down, and I'm like, Toko, hold my legs.
And you successfully get that tongue in the water. And
do I catch anything?
Well, hold on. So you stuck your tongue in the water. This guy's got a fishing rod in the water. I'm assuming that, this whole tongue situation probably got in the way of Toko finally casting out a line.
I mean, I asked Toko to hold my legs, but
yes, because I had to choose between
casting and
yeah.
Svetlana will assist. She can hold on to his little froggy toes.
Svetlana, hold one leg. He's heavy and like slippery.
So sorry, Svetlana's holding on to Sal and dangling him over the side and holding him there so that he can stick his tongue in the water. Toko is casting a line out, correct?
No, because like, hold on, where's the bait?
Oh, there.
I look at the fire. Like, where? No, not the.
So
I think Sal may be the bait at this point.
So there is no bait, but you do see a little thing on the end of the line, and it kind of reminds you of what a little fish would look like, and there's little hooks hanging from it.
Ooh, you said like Toko will hold it like in front of him and say, "Well, fancy. This is."
And as you do that,
like
so
he bites it, and you hear the clink of metal.
You see the guy who just gave you that rod just kind of cringe a little bit. He's like, "You don't know where that's been," and then he looks at Toko. So at the same time, right, this guy somehow just sees Svetlana dangling Sal over the edge. Doesn't blink an eye. This guy must have seen some stuff in his day. Like doesn't even like hesitate. Right, totally fine. And then he hands it over and he says, "That little thing at the end. That's all you need. It's a lure that's perfect for this. The fish think that it's a real little fish. You just throw that in, and that way you don't need to keep cutting things up, putting stuff on the end of the hook. You cast that in, and well, I hope your luck's going to be better than mine." And let's get Sal and
actually
Toko.
I do want to add one quick thing. On the way down, Sal is gonna look for a fly and shoot out his tongue to grab it, and then that's gonna be Sal's bait with the tongue. It's just gonna be on the end of
for that one. You gotta roll for that one.
All right,
one we gotta.
I'm in. What am I rolling?
Like swinging him around.
I mean, now we're getting violent.
You can always reel back in and then
Gently.
cast me, just like
Yeah.
I think the tongue thing for you is usually what? Is it finesse?
I believe tongue is a finesse weapon. Yeah.
Yes.
Give me a finesse, buddy. You got +3 on that. You're gonna crush it.
14 with fear.
Oh, okay. So you successfully get the fly, right? But as you do so, you kind of were like jumping out as Svetlana was getting ready to grab your legs, and you just kind of jumped out like a little bit too far. And all of a sudden, you just feel like, poof, like the ground is falling out, and you have like an "oh God, no" moment as you're like, I am going to land in the water, and I am going to be off this ship, right? And I mean, it's a gigantic ship, so getting you back in, even though you can swim, is still a process. So you have that second, and you didn't expect that coming, marking a stress. Because then Svetlana, though, luckily grabs your leg and holds you there. Meanwhile, at the same time, Toko's casting his line out and, hanging out there. Now he's hanging out with the other guy. His name's Jed, by the way. I meant to say that his name's Jed. Jed. Jed, the sailor, I'm going to go with.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are just kind of hanging out there and having a good time. Now, Sal's tongue is fully in the water with a little fly attached at the end. And I would like Sal and Toko to both roll your hope die. Just your hope die. We're going to do what's called a fate roll. And let's see if you guys catch anything.
All right, fantastic. Wait, how do I
actually,
roll
sorry. Let's get Sal. Since now Svetlana's holding you, I did like that detail still, and I'm just gonna throw you advantage on the roll. So can you roll a
just the hope die and then add a d6?
Yes.
Okay, thank God, because oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm not catching any fish.
And to be clear, for the fate roll, there's no hope or fear stuff attached, so it's more for flavor.
Okay.
11 with hope.
Wait, 11 with hope. I said roll 1 die. Did you roll 1 or 2?
Well, I rolled 2, but my fear die was 1, so 10 with hope.
We'll take the hope then. That's fine. So you'll take 10. So you got a 10. What'd you get, Sal?
I got a 5 with the added advantage. So
So Sal's tongue is just hanging out in the water, and absolutely nothing happens other than Sal looking a little bit. Yeah, other than Sal looking. Well, there's no fear, otherwise there would be. Sal just looking a little silly.
To be clear, Sal's loving it. He's
oh sure,
he's having a blast.
Meanwhile, you see Toko's rod start to like the end of it starts to like twitch a little bit. Right, so it looks like there's something, and Jed puts his hands up, like up in the air, like kind of cautioning you to like kind of like slow down. And Jed's like, wait for it, and then all of a sudden you see the tip of the rod just like bend down in half, right? And just what do?
So because this is my first time with like a rod, like I just pull it. I just try to pull it.
How hard are you yanking this? You're just yanking.
He's yanking so hard right now. Wait.
No, I mean not super hard, but like because
Please stop.
Because I don't want it to break.
So I wanted to double check. Toko is yanking his rod while I'm being held by the legs, my tongue off in the distance. So that's where we're at.
At this point, Hilo's really glad he's way towards the front of the boat, not seeing any of this, and just enjoying the breeze.
Just enjoying the breeze.
Just enjoying the breeze.
So you yank the rod, right? And you still feel something starting to like pull back, and now like you've got this rod, you're holding it back, right? And you see the tip of it bend over. It's like bent over, like practically like in half. You see Jed's like, "You got one! Woo!" And you see this line start to go all over the place. And then tell me what happens next, Toko. What do you do?
Wait. So the is this guy gonna teach me how to? Because like I'm trying, but like it won't. Like why won't it come back up? Like I'm not. I don't know how to use reel, right? Like I don't. Like I'm just used to.
So Jed,
like, is this guy like? I look at him like, why? What's going on?
So Jed loves fishing, and then now with that, suddenly notices that he's like, oh crap, this guy has no idea what he's doing. He's like, reel it in, turn the handle. And he starts doing like this motion with his hands that he's circling again and again. And then he starts pointing to like this little, like, it's like a little handle coming from the side of what would be the fishing reel to try to tell you to like, start to reel it in.
Do I know to do it with one hand, or do I like go with the rod to try and hold it with both hands?
Well, I mean, he's motioning it to you. It should be fairly clear.
He's turning it right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna do anything stupid. All right.
So you're starting to reel it in?
Yeah. Toko starts reeling it in, like half reeling it in, half like, holy, this is cool. What is this?
What can I ask?
I've never seen that before.
Can I ask a little bit of a mechanic question to see if I can help with something? I don't know for sure if this is going to work. This is up to the GM.
Yeah.
I have a spell titled Midnight Spirit, which allows me to summonize a humanoid-sized spirit that can move or carry things for you. Does it need to be... It's a spirit. Does it need to be standing on something? Because theoretically, what I'm trying to do, you tell me if this is possible, is reel my tongue in. Obviously, that's got to be the first step. Pull my tongue in.
Step one.
And then I would like to cast Midnight Spirit to help kind of try to lift this fish, even if it's just a little bit of help. But I don't know if the Midnight Spirit can move and carry things. It doesn't say that the Midnight Spirit has to be standing on the ground. So this is up to GM discretion, I would say.
I just want to see what spin up some of your spirit that can move. Fascinating. So I got a couple of things happening. So go ahead and you can spend a hope to summon this thing. For sure. And then I'm assuming it's going to really appear nearby. I mean, you give me the flavoring of what you think that should look like, but I'm totally game to offer that to assist.
So when you see this summon, it's going to look like a small Qatari, like the size of Sal or smaller, and it would. What I was picturing was I would summon this midnight spirit near the fish because I can follow with my eyes down the line that Toko is holding on to. So a small Qatari would appear near the fish. Normally it would be standing on the ground or kind of hovering slightly above it, but it would just be moving along the surface of the water, and then it would reach down under to try to just help the fish out. Like, I'm not trying to take over Toko's thing. I'm just trying to think of this more as like an assist than anything. So that was what I was attempting to do, but all the while dangling off the back of the ship by my legs.
So this thing, I guess it's then going into the water, right, to kind of help with this.
It would be like hovering above the water, and when it would reach down into the water to try to help lift the fish up.
Okay, so the fish isn't quite close to the surface or not yet, but I see the humanoid spirit, the Qatari, you said?
Yes, it's a Qatari. So a little
Qatari,
a little cat person type character.
Little cat is there and locked and ready to go. Meanwhile, now you've got Toko starting to actually reel this thing. Then you see the guy, he starts to lean back and then lean forward, kind of hinting that that's what you need to do with your body to kind of pump the rod up and down as he looks at Toko. He's like, pull it up, reel on the way down. Pull it up, reel on the way down. He's trying to so excitedly coach you through this entire thing. And then let's get a we'll do, I don't know, what kind of role would you like on that? I mean, I feel like it'd be probably, strength definitely plays a part in it. Definitely, though, some finesse, but your strength is higher. So, I'm comfortable doing strength if you want to roll for that, Toko.
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, then can we get, you're going to get advantage on that from, Sal helping you out with the Qatari spirit, because we don't even know what this fish is, if we really want this fish.
Yeah.
So give us a roll. Let's see what we get.
17.
Nice. All right, so 17.
That's a crit too.
It is. It sure is.
Oh, baby.
Critical success. Let's go.
Critical success. All right. So take a clear stress, take a hope, and so you are. Do you want to tell me what it looks like? What it looks like for you?
This is.
How you're catching this fish? Set the scene for me.
So we're pulling up as we're pulling up this fish, and it glistens gray. It's almost like a mirror, reflecting in the sun, because it's still pretty much daylight, right?
It's still time is passing, actually. So you see the sun starting to set further in the distance, but yeah, it's
right. So it glistens like orange as the sun goes down and starts to set. And this thing is tired, but it's putting up a fight. This is one big fish. As we pull it up and its head comes out and its body, you notice that it's about the size of Toko's leg. This is a big boy. And Toko recognizes it as being an albacore. So it's a long fin tuna that he kind of brings up, and finally is able to lay down on the deck of the ship as this thing still flaps.
Flip flopping around, right? You see Jed literally is leaping up and down he's never been so excited, like a little child. He's just oh my god, oh guys, you gotta go see this. Oh my god, he's flipping out, right? And it is you successfully, the whole team or most of the team went in to capture this large and enormous tuna, and it is bigger than Sal. It is a huge fish. Just lengthwise. Tuna get quite big.
Yes, they do.
And Jed sits there. He's like, we could eat that thing for days, man. He's just still ranting and raving. I've never seen one that big in my life. Continuing to go and again, and then all of a sudden you start to see a sort of like a crowd, kind of like form of the random folks who kind of like work, the everyday sort of people. You see Elia's vein kind of just comes over, but like he just almost appears out of nowhere, and you're like, how did he even get here? Like I didn't see him like sneak up, and then like you kind of like see him walk away after he just gives like a okay, dashes off. You see some another person come up who has all kinds of little like measuring tools and things like that, like a ruler, wearing glasses, has like a little like compass, like a little like sort of like seems like a travel like scale, like looking over at that thing. And they kind of fold their arms, nodding their head, very impressed with it, and comes up and puts a hand on Toko's shoulder and says, congratulations. And I haven't seen that one big in a long time. And then kind of walks on off, and you see this person go back down the stairs and then back really like kind of underneath where you guys are, so still at the back of the ship, but inside where that room is. And then really you hear everybody really just kind of cheer for you. Like it's like this ship suddenly like the there's like a warmth there that now like you're like you feel connected in a little bit of an exciting way to these guys and women, and they're like talking you up like, oh man, you should come down and play some cards with us one of the nights when we're out here. And then here's somebody else like, yeah, we got ale downstairs. As I said, we'd love to celebrate with you later tonight. We can give that to the cook. And they're just hyping it up, and hey, you guys are welcome on the Ashen Crown anytime. And then eventually, as the fish almost stops, like starting to kind of flop, like it's starting to kind of croak and die. You see Jed right next to you, kind of pulls out a knife, and you see him just like stab it, to finish it off, just to make sure it doesn't keep kind of like flopping around. And he says, I'm gonna go drain the blood right now. That's how we keep the meat the best. And you see him, if that's okay with you. And
Toko puts his arm around his shoulder and says, "Let's go do it together, friend." And then he waits for a beat and says, "Friend." And
you see.
Sorry, go on.
No. You go.
No, and he tries to kind of pick up the fish, but it's all like slippery and like it doesn't. Like, and then he looks at Sal and says, "Together, right?"
Svetlana pulls Sal up because he was still dangling a little bit, so she pulls him up, and seeing the guy Jed pierce his knife into the fish, throws up over the side of the ship, which is really funny because we've seen her decapitate some people and not shed a tear, but seeing somebody knife a fish is apparently too much for her. So
yeah. Jed kind of just catches that and goes, yeah, it's more chum for later. And and he looks over at Toko, and you see again this guy, he's beaming and couldn't be more excited, and so he happily picks up the fish, and he's actually kind of whips out actually some sort of like gloves you can see that are kind of like textured and stuff that make it easier to kind of like grab onto it, because obviously they're very slippery. And he picks it up with those, and then Toko, you can kind of grab the other end of it, because again, very large. I mean, this guy's gonna have a hard time carrying it on his own. And you guys start to walk off, going down the stairs, and working your way down towards the kitchen area. Here's a question. Sorry. So mechanically, do you want me to kind of work your way through the ship? I don't know that you're going to see anything like. I don't think there'd be anything relevant. I think actually, I'm just going to move you down there, if that's all right. Just kind of move. So I'll move Toko down there and Jed down there, and then I'll kind of, for the rest of you guys, is anybody going to follow them down on the way? Or we kind of like, staying in different spots?
Sal would follow them down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Svetlana will follow as well, and she'll kind of motion to the other people as well, because she doesn't like the idea of splitting up, knowing that she doesn't really trust She doesn't know who to trust, so she wants us to all kind of stay together. So she motions to everybody to ask if they'll come as well.
Alrighty, give me a moment and I will.
But you guys are welcome to stay if you don't heed my my signal. But
Let me
Bogha will follow.
Bogha and everyone
Down, like, below deck. But as soon as she's down there, she's going to find a moment to split away, find a little corner to use uncanny disguise in. Try to disguise as one of the sailors she's been watching.
So I'm moving. Hold on, let me get Bogha.
Yriel
and Hilo.
are you joining?
Yeah. Or are you guys just hanging out top?
So have we? Svetlana came over towards us to motion towards us. Is that what happened?
Yeah, just to kind of let you guys know that we're all kind of following Toko with his prize.
Oh well, if we're being motioned, I would go that way as well.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, sure. We'll follow. I'm gonna stick to the back though, because I don't really need to see the fish gutted and cleaned. So I'm cool.
I'm assuming Pazu's coming with.
Definitely.
Okay, so does anybody want to tell me what that walk down looks like? Anything you guys are, because I just put you all down there, but then that way, is there anything that you're looking for on the way down? Is there anything that you notice as you go down the ship? So you're at the top floor, right? You have to go down 2 sets of stairs to get down towards this area that you're in now. So you would have gone by, you would have seen a little nice chunk of the ship.
I would say Sal, the main thing he's focused on is all of the stairs are pretty slippery from someone lugging a giant fish down the stairs. So, Sal is kind of being very careful about where he's stepping. He's still feeling a little anxious, I guess, about nearly going over the edge of the ship in his excitement. And he's on the way down, I think he would notice, like, so is it like a double staircase where it's just a landing in between? Is that kind of what I'm picturing? Like you go down and then you turn and then just keep going down. There's no level in between, is there? Or is there?
No. So there's no level in between for this one.
Okay.
Just for description's sake, on this giant ship, you can get from the top deck directly into the captain's quarters. You can get directly into where the helm is. Mm-hmm. Then when you go down the stairs, you can go directly to where, we're going to find that, the cook is, along with a kitchen. And a sort of like, kind of like lovely dining area with, some tables. There's some folks kind of, hanging out and, having some food and,
Yeah, so
starting to wrap up for the evening.
So Sal would kind of... he's focused. I guess you don't hear his little feet because he's light-footed, but you kind of see him going down the stairs.
We can hear them if you want.
In this case, like they're kind of like slapping a little bit. His feet are slapping on the stairs since the stairs are wet. And so you kind of hear like a, and then they kind of slow down as he turns the second set of staircases, and he starts to see this galley. And all of the bustle, and like obviously this is a kitchen that is... kitchen's not the right word, but I just said galley a second ago, I realized. So this is an area that's made to make food for a lot of people. So like his already big eyes get even bigger, and just kind of in awe of seeing all of the bustle going around as he's watching Toko and Jed carry this fish, I assume, or over to the cook. So he
the galley would be the proper term.
Yeah, I had said galley in the previous sentence, so I went with kitchen the second time. I was just trying not to be redundant. That's all. Oh, yeah. So yeah, like he's just like there's counters everywhere because they're preparing so much food. Like I picture things on the stove like almost bubbling over, but right as they're about to, the cook turns around and like stirs something or turns something down. Just a lot of hustle and bustle. And when Sal was on the top deck asking questions about like, this isn't what I expected a ship to be like down here, this is what he was picturing. He was picturing it as like this really like chaotic place. So
on the way down, Svetlana is just looking for any of those markings on the walls, any symbols, checking to make sure that there's no sun symbols everywhere.
You want to give me a what would it be? I think it'd be instinct. Let me see. Yeah, give me an instinct roll. Plus you got +2 on that one. Is anybody else actually like helping
roll.
Svetlana like look around for anything like this, or is it just Svetlana? I just like to put it out there in case anybody wants to, try to help her out in some way. I'd love to hear about it.
Sal's too distracted. He doesn't even like. He's focused on the stuff going on in front of him. So
okay, all right. So go ahead. Sorry, Svetlana.
That's a 3 + 2, so 5. With fear.
with fear.
So with fear. Yep. Great roll. Went from critical success to a 5.
So as you're going down the stairs, you do not see anything at all like that. As you're going, you do pass any number of sailors kind of going either up or down, leaving and coming and going, and there was a sort of sense of excitement, and you could kind of feel it was palpable that up above, with this fish being caught and this camaraderie being increased, that this person notices you kind of walking a little bit too slow and sort of like examining the ship in a way to where they're like not as sure about you. They trust your presence here on the ship. You may have challenged some of that camaraderie that was just built and or grown with how you were searching around.
We've met before?
No, just kind of a everyday random sort of like ship worker. Yep, random passerby. They just kind of saw him, were like gave you like that little bit of a look, like, who does she think she is? Like, is she like kind of like like looking down at this ship? Because again, something you've seen so far, and it seems to be consistent amongst all these folks, is that they take pride in the work that they do and being aboard this vessel. Okay, anybody else? So, and Bogha is working on an illusion of Hilo. Anything on the way down, or just kind of following folks down?
Hilo's got his little pad of paper, and he's noting some things because he's never actually been, below decks on a ship before. He usually like stays out of the way in a corner somewhere. So getting to be in the place where work is getting done is unusual. So he's like making notes of things, and he like realizes after the fact he maybe should have helped Svetlana, and feels a little like he's like, oh, whoops, sorry, was kind of busy. But makes a note of her failure, right? Very diligently for the story for later.
Don't watch me fail.
And Yriel, you're just kind of following along, just kind of working your way down.
Yeah, nobody's really like said anything that we feel compelled to interact with. Plus,
okay.
Yriel's a desert body, so big ships on big oceans, not really her thing.
Okay. All right. So let me just return to Bogha, and then I'll kind of add in a couple extra things. So Bogha, were you using uncanny disguise?
I was, yeah.
Okay. And sorry, describe that for me one more time, because then you said it. I just want to make sure I got it right, and I have it in my head as we move on.
Describe which part?
What are you making yourself into? What is your uncanny disguise going to be?
I'm trying to copy the visage of one of the sailors I've been watching, like while above deck. One of the ones that's on it kind of seems busy up there.
Yeah. So like kind of like one of the run-of-the-mill soldiers, or sailors, or one of the specific people that were named. Like one of the regular ones.
Unremarkable sailors.
Like, unremarkable. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So that is, what do you just mark a stress for that? I'm just taking a look at the character sheet.
Yeah, just mark a stress for it, which I haven't done yet.
And then all presence rolls to avoid scrutiny have advantage. Okay. And then place a number of tokens on this card equal to your spellcast trait. Your spellcast trait, is it instinct?
Yep, that's a 3.
Okay, so you got 3. Okay, perfect. I love it. All right, so as you guys, as everybody makes it down towards the bottom, sorry, the kind of middle layer, I guess I should say, of the ship, you can see that time is definitely starting to pass. Now, what's happening is that you have the cook who literally just like turns. He's like, "What is that?" I was gonna try to do a French accent, and I have nothing, and we butchered that. It was terrible, like on stream the other day. But it'd be like, "Oh my goodness,
Go on,
this is the
give it a
biggest
shot."
fish I've seen in I don't know how long." And you see this cook also so excited, and you see Jed like, I know, I already, I started to drain the blood. Can we get hang it up so that way we can get it prepared? The chef goes, oui, oui, and then jumps up, and that's about the Frenchest accent that I have, and that's I can't really do much else. So you see this cook again start to get to work, hanging it up in the middle of cooking, different things. And starting to continue to cook, the meal that he was already preparing. And meanwhile, then Jed and Toko are kind of like off to the side. The fish is now hanging up in the midst of getting prepared to be fully cleaned and get the meat off of it. And you see the tables for everybody else kind of outside. You saw it on the way in that there's tables at the far south end of where everyone's standing. They're occupied by, again, kind of unremarkable sort of sailors, hanging out. Seems like most of them are finishing eating. You glance out the window and you see that the sun is, set more, deeply to where it's actually starting to get, a little bit, actually getting dark out. So it's getting towards, the end of the first day. And there's a locked room. At least you assume it's locked because the door's shut. To one side of you, it has a little kind of like makeshift sign on there, and the sign is like written like handwriting on it that says "Storage, Private, Keep Out," and it's like kind of cocked to the side, like a little bit, like it's on like an angle. And then Jed looks over at Toko's like, do you think I'll be able to have some? Is it alright if we share this great catch? I'll say I haven't had fish like this in I don't know how long.
Toko turns to him and says, "I think, friend, you should be the one to have the first bite."
You actually like literally see him get just like a little bit like misty-eyed, just for like a briefest moment, just because he's excited, and again, the being out on the sea regularly can be a lonely time, and you feel like you've created a quick bond with Jed, and he kind of just puts his hand out towards you and offers just a firm handshake, and he's hoping that you'll take it.
I definitely take it.
Perfect. By the way, when you guys connect hands, they're both just kind of like, there's like a, because it's like they're both slimy and just kind of like gross, and just like it's just fish slime. And if you've ever actually touched fish, I mean, I'd imagine not everyone has, like live straight from the water. There's just like a film on it, and then when you separate your hands, there's just like a trail, a little bit of like the fish slime kind of coming off of it.
That's what shaking hands with Sal is like regularly, though.
I was going to say that sounds like some of our friends here.
Yeah. And we can take a quick, because we've been going for a little while now. We've been going for like over an hour. Does everyone want a quick bio break real quick? So that way we can kind of time it for everybody.
Yeah, let's take a quick break.
Yeah, all right. So for the listeners at home, we'll be right back.
Brought to you by.
All right. Bio break. All right.
Sal brought that.
Brought to you by O-Break.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the outro line.
All right. Well, welcome back from the break. No. We are back down we're in the mid floor of the Ashen Crown. We have Toko and Jed gazing up at their beautiful, beautiful tuna admiringly, while Bogha put on a little disguise to make himself look like a sailor. The sun has set and evening has settled in. You see everybody in, again, the mid-floor of the ship, and you see a lot of the sailors sort of like working their way out of the galley area and going down further into the depths of the ship, as you hear some of them saying, see you tomorrow, like, good night, love you, miss you, and, going downwards. And, I'll leave it back up to you guys. So, I mean, it's definitely, you feel nighttime, coming in, and, you're assuming that there's got to be a place to sleep in this place, in this ship, because it's, again, ginormous, and all these people need to have somewhere to go. So
we just follow the people that are heading to the sleeping quarters, so we know where to go to sleep.
Before we leave this area, Sal would like to kind of quietly move up to Yriel and look back at the door that says storage private keep out. Did I get that right? Is that all of it? The sign on the door?
That's about right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So Sal would just kind of look at the door, look at Yriel, and say, I don't know about you, but whenever something tells me to stay out, I kind of want to do the opposite. And just look back at the door again.
Svetlana will kind of stand in front of them and kind of act as a barrier, as she does with her very large cow-like body, so that
meanwhile,
people can't
like
see Yriel and Sal.
Regular worker of the ship just kind of goes by again and like looks over at Svetlana, like, what is her deal? Like, I don't know, like, what's going on? Like, he just lost another one, and then kind of keeps going.
Sal,
From behind the group. Oh, sorry.
Are you going in? Can you not resist?
We don't have to do it now.
Perhaps.
I was just saying, it's
Well,
don't you want to know?
if you're going to do it, probably nighttime is the best time.
Maybe not while
From behind
people are
the
still
group.
coming and going.
Yeah, nighttime after everyone has gone to sleep. But I, for one, would like to sleep.
A sailor just comes up from behind the group and just says, "Excuse me, love, coming through," and goes towards the door.
Sal kind of has.
Do we know it's you?
Sal has a moment of like.
I was hidden while doing this.
Sal's like, do we know them? Really friendly lot for pirates. I guess they're not pirates. Seamen.
Oh, heavens.
Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Let's be
do
real.
do we know
Okay,
what the captain is?
hold on. We had 30 minutes about Toko and his rod, and I say seaman one time.
Okay,
Everyone's
that
like,
was in
you took
chat,
it too
not out
far.
loud. Yeah.
I was talking about the fish.
Mhm.
I'll just edit
Mhm.
this part out before I send it to my parents. It's cool.
Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Have we seen the captain? Are we, since we came on board the ship and confirmed that we had completed the business he wanted, shouldn't he be providing us with room and board? Is that part of our arrangement?
I mean, it was, I don't know if it was discussed explicitly, but I'll say definitely, like, you would assume on a vessel of this size that there are definitely places to sleep. You also haven't explored everything, for sure. We said earlier there's definitely a cargo hold way down towards the bottom of the ship, but there's definitely, another, there's 2 floors, I'll even say, that you have not explored, one being a cargo hold.
Are there's still people on this level with us? Like we're all just kind of standing here in the middle of the galley talking.
I mean, I kind of assume you're sort of mulling about, talking. You see most people sort of working their way out. I mean, you've got maybe like one person kind of just like lingering at the table, but, you get the impression from the empty plate in front of them that they're probably, done. And given that most people have, a long day of work ahead of them, you'd assume that they're probably leaving soon.
Yeah.
Other than this friendly sailor who just came up to you and said, "Hey," right in front of all of you.
And walked on
Hey,
by.
how you doing?
Sal's going to sense that people aren't necessarily super committed to the idea of going through that door, and Sal is also still a little bit on edge from the near miss at the edge of the ship. So he kind of tells people, I don't know, maybe we should sleep on it, talk about it before laying down, get some rest, and see how things look in the morning.
Good plan.
But he looks back at the door again.
So is Bogha out of sight now? Has she followed like the other people to the quarters?
Well, we don't know
Sleeping
that
quarters.
was Bogha. So.
She was trying to go through that door
Well,
you
I
were
meant-
standing in front of.
Oh, Bogha
Did you try to the lock the storage door? You mean?
Yeah.
Did you try to open it?
I didn't know Svetlana was still in the way.
Oh yeah. I think Svetlana was in the way.
Sorry. She has moved out of the way now.
Perfect. You going for the door?
I'm going for the door.
All right. You
This count as an action, won't it? Okay.
Well, no, because you know what? You try to open it, and it is very much locked. Very much locked.
Just say, damn, must have forgot my key. and wobbles off to the, looks around a little bit, and just wobbles off towards, like the crew's quarters.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're kind of just following in the direction that everybody else went, the other crew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it fair if I kind of move you to the direction they're going?
Of course.
All right, there we go. All right, so I will give me one moment for Bogha. Then what's everyone else doing?
I think seeing people shuffle, Sal would kind of start moving with the crowd towards the back.
Mhm.
Who's
So
this
you're-
person at the table down here?
Just a random sailor. I mean, so sorry, hold on. I meant to move some of those guys because I said that there were a few left. So don't overthink it. Let's, there's kind of just one meander, and they're just, finished up a meal, just kind of sitting there. Seems like just, mulling about.
I was just kind of casting around to see if there was anybody I could ask if they knew where our quarters would be.
Yep, there's a person sitting at the table right there. Yeah, they're kind of. Seems like they're just about getting ready to get up and walk off. But you could certainly, catch their attention if you'd like.
Sure. Just greet them and say sorry to interrupt. Do you know where the quarters for my group would be? The captain invited us to accompany the ship, but we don't know where we're bunking down.
Sal will hear
Oi,
this and kind of do a big yawn in the background just to emphasize.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
I'll be like, hey, you just go down those stairs right down there to the hallway. I'll bring you right down to the sleeping quarters. I'm working my way down there myself.
Do you mind if I follow you?
Yeah, of course. I'll say it. A long night's rest is important. Got a lot of work to do tomorrow. And you see them kind of, starting to work their way down. And don't overthink the map as often as often. But so this person then goes down some stairs, and I will. Is everyone following?
Sal would, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do we want to have somebody waiting here and to,
Sorry, give who a notice?
like if someone comes down and we want to like let people know someone's coming?
I mean,
Like a lookout.
Yeah, a lookout. That's the word.
I think Sal will say something like, "You know what? Let's find our rooms, get settled, and then maybe meet up to discuss plans, because some things have happened, and I think we need to figure out what's going on and who we trust. I think we need to figure some of that out."
Agreed.
All right. So I moved you all. You went down the stairs. Feel free to add any flavoring if anybody would like to describe, them going down the stairs. But, to if you're not paying attention or anything, it's just a stairwell, brings you down to the next level of the ship. As you get down, you clearly see some rooms off to either side. So you're like, hey, this looks like it could be a sleepy kind of place. And then straight down the end of the hallway, you can start to make out that you obviously see kind of like a hammock thing at the very end. It actually looks shockingly cozy and inviting, and a place where you could definitely sleep on a ship.
Okay.
Is there any windows in this room?
Yes, there are windows on either side, so you can see out at now the night sky. And as you look out the window, you can see a full moon, actually kind of like gazing in the window. And the full moon just happens to be a blood moon with a red hue shining in.
Interesting.
Svetlana will sit by the window.
Toko immediately takes this bunk on the bottom left, which is like against the wall. That he doesn't have to worry about his back lying down.
Are we the only ones, as we kind of get settled in this room, are we the only ones in this room? Is this room for us, or is there other crew in this room with us?
No, and again, don't overthink the map.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, there are any number of places, but the actual crew get to sleep in their various rooms. So let's assume it's bigger. There's enough rooms, for the crew. Some of them are sharing, beds, or there's bunk beds in there or whatever, right? Sharing fishing rods, things like that. And then down at the far end, we have the hammocks and those things. And those would definitely be your quarters. You don't see anybody nearby. Feels private.
Okay. I think Sal would pick a bunk last, probably, maybe closest to the door. But he would lay down. So when he I guess not a bunk, a hammock. I'm sorry. When he laid down, he would make sure he was feet towards the door. So he kind of had a view of the door.
How else is everybody else cozying up? Anything? And is there anything else anybody sees? Anything that jumps out or anything like that? Or are we all just getting cozy in our hammocks?
Did we want to set a watch? Svetlana could maybe take the first watch. I mean, assuming that we could still take a long rest if one of us watches first and then rests the second half of the evening.
Yeah, I think we...
I don't know, GM, if that is possible.
Oh, yeah, I mean, as far as you guys can tell, I mean, everybody seems to more or less pack it in. I mean, you're judging by the amount of crew who seem to come down here to go to sleep. You are safe to assume, that other folks are doing the same. I mean, you got the rest of the night ahead of you.
But the question is, if we were to
there's
set up
enough
a
time.
watch,
Yeah,
would we
everybody
still
could
get a
get
long rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
Svetlana will agree to take the first watch. And as everybody's kind of bunking down, she's kind of in a trance-like state, and moves towards the window, seeing the full moonlight coming through, and sings a lullaby for everybody as they go to sleep.
In the stillness, the shadows breathe, caught in the tangled web that darkness weaves. I feel a pull that I cannot resist, as moonlight flickers through the ocean mist. The light of God is all we need, a fire to burn away the evil deeds. Our hearts aglow as we slowly drift to sleep. Our tired eyes are never more to weep. The light of course with us when we pray. He sparks night fires in the sky to guide our way. No matter where life takes us, how far we roam, the light of core will always bring us home. Through life's labyrinth, we stumble blind, but remember those who seek will always find. His light will guide us if we call him friend. In out the darkness will our souls transcend. The light of core is all we need. A fire to burn away the evil deeds. Our hearts aglow as we slowly drift asleep. Our tired eyes are never more awake. The light of course with us when we pray. He sparks night fires in the sky to guide our way. No matter where life takes us, how far we roam, the light of core will always bring us home.
That was phenomenal.
And when she finishes her song, she kind of tucks some of her friends in, and then goes and sits in the hallway here, just keeping an eye out, making sure that her friends are safe.
As you're keeping an eye out, the same crewman from before is going to try skulking out, just like notices you standing there and just nods to you as he makes his way up the stairs and onto the first deck.
But I still don't know that it's you, correct? So
Correct.
I would just like nod my head towards you, Bogha.
So you went all the way up to the first deck?
Yeah.
Right.
I double back myself. Yeah.
All right. Everybody, as they hear the lullaby from Svetlana, they have a sense of calm and kind of like come over them, and they're sort of comforted by that. And, though not everyone is necessarily a follower of Core, they enjoy her companionship and appreciate her devotion and what she does for everybody else up and above herself. And everybody can clear stress now before you even did any long rest actions. So if you have any stress, please clear it. Ooh.
That's what you get for singing.
So Bogha, I think you've done 2 kind of actions at this point, I'll say. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. I don't want to overdo it, so don't let me stomp on the fun. So if you feel like it should be 1, that's fine too.
No, that's fair.
Okay. All right.
I'm taking speaking in a form as an action.
Got it. Okay. So you're up there in your illusion for right now, still on the top deck.
Yes.
Okay. And you can assume it's nighttime at this point too. I didn't change the map just because that would be a whole. I have a nighttime map ready, but I was like, it's a whole thing to change, you guys. So you assume that it is nighttime. So does everyone else packing it in for their rest, other than Svetlana?
I think once Svetlana's watch ends, I think Sal would take the next watch, kind of the dead of night watch. So whatever needs to happen, but he would be getting sleep before then.
Okay. GM, does anything need to happen? Do I need to take any rolls?
I don't know what you mean. Why would you think that?
Do I see anybody coming down the hall or sneaking around?
You don't see anybody.
Nope.
Nope.
Do I hear anything?
Don't
Long resting, right?
hear a thing.
Okay. All right. In the middle of the night,
everybody,
I tap on Sal's shoulder, and then I take my place in the hammock next to him.
And you are doing long rest actions, to be clear. So do the thing. So for everybody, you can either clear all HP. No one needs to clear any stress because we already did that. You could repair all armor, prepare for the next day's adventure. You can do it with 1 or more members for everybody to gain some hope. Work on a project. And I believe, what is it? You choose 2 of those things, I believe.
Yes.
Or
Yeah,
1.
if you hit downtime on the character sheet, it has all the information in it. Yriel is going to work on mending her armor. Is just kind of looks around at everybody tucking in, asks if anybody else needs help because she's in pretty good condition otherwise.
So I would say that in singing my lullaby, I was preparing for the day ahead and trying to bring the hope of Core and Core's light to everyone in the party. So,
I'm sorry.
And so, I think it says you each gain 2 hope. So everyone would gain 2 hope from that. And then I'm also just kind of tending to myself while I'm waiting, in that hallway. Keeping an eye out. I'm also tending to some of my wounds. And that's it for Svetlana.
Okay.
Svetlana, what's your hope situation?
I now, after that lullaby and preparing with everyone, I'm at 4 out of 6 for hope.
Before going to sleep, Toko gets up, walks to Svetlana. I can't see her in the map right now, but he walks to Svetlana, and he's going to use a soldier's bond with her. He's going to tell her how much he enjoyed her music, how good it was, and that it made him get goosebumps. It was so good. And because it's a soldier's bond, we both gain 3 hope.
Oh, that's awesome. That gets me up to full. Thank you, Toko. I really appreciate. Thank you, Toko. I really appreciate that.
No, I appreciate that. He says as he kind of wiggles himself back in the hammock and closes his eyes, full of tuna, and surrounded by his friends. Very, very happy, very content.
As Sal gets up, he finds himself comforted by the dark. He's always felt most at home in the night. He obviously spends a lot of time awake in the day, but he finds comfort in the shadows, and he is going to forget the worries of the day in the darkness of the night, and so he's going to clear all stress. But as he doesn't have anything else he needs to do during downtime, he's actually going to kind of go around and he's going to kind of very quietly inspect everyone else sleeping in their hammocks and see if anybody has little armor patches that need to be done, or like any HP that maybe put a little Band-Aid on somebody and stuff like that if anybody needs it, because I only need to do one of my long rest moves. So is there anything that Sal finds before he goes out and takes his watch of things that he can do for other people as his second long rest move? Sorry.
I don't think so, because between clearing everyone's stress with the lullaby, giving everybody hope. I mean, really at this point, if you want to work with somebody who could use some additional hope, everyone's maxed on hope, I think, at this point. Okay. I think everybody literally is primed and good to go. I didn't do that deliberately or anything. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, if there's, other players can answer this, but if Sal finds something that can be done, Sal would help. You can only do one extra thing, but if anybody needs a little bit of healing, or if anybody needs their armor repaired, feel free to speak up now. No? Everybody's good? Okay. Sal would then actually, take a position outside and very quietly, very, very quietly, Sal would cast Veil of Night across the doorway to our room. So it basically creates a layer of darkness that only Sal can see through. So that way, if anybody else is walking by, they can't see. They can't see through the door to see any of my friends. And then Sal would keep watch from there. And I do need to roll to cast that.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, basically. So yeah, I do need to roll to see if it's successful. But Let me see. My rolls today have not indicated that this is going to work. Well, that was 2 4s.
I mean, you've already got
That's the
everything
same
you
roll I
need.
had.
So, I mean, do you
Excellent
want to
use
make
of
the
a crit.
whole? Yeah. Do you want to make the whole bottom half of the ship like in
No,
darkness? Like, I mean, do you have a preference here, buddy? Because I mean, I'm open for it.
I don't want anybody who's not in our party to really even notice anything. Just I would like that if somebody does start to look down our way, they just see darkness, and so that's all I'm trying to do. Just an extra little layer of protection for my friends while I keep watch.
Okay, I like it. So the Sal is up on the late night watch and gazing out at the part of the ship that they're in. He sees his companions sleeping restfully. He still sees the full moon outside, the blood red moon kind of light sort of coming in one of the windows. The moon goes behind a cloud, and so it gets very dark. Because the difference between nighttime and actual darkness is a lot. The room now, he can still see through the darkness from the spell that he cast, but on the other side, can't see anything now. Because it is pitch black, right? He sees through the darkness he casts, right? Because of the spell, but then there's nothing on the other side. And, hours continue to pass by. This happens, on and off. A little bit of light from the moon, some darkness. And eventually he starts to hear kind of like a little bit of like turning in one of, somewhere in the ship. And then eventually he starts to kind of hear it in one of like the hammocks. He hears, some breathing sort of, increasing. Seems like somebody, could be in distress in some way, which, kind of puts him off because naturally, like, what should be happening? We're all here resting. And as he does so, starts to investigate further. He looks over and he sees Svetlana turning in the hammock.
Okay.
Sees the expression on her face, standing over her now, sort of like, eyebrows scrunching, right? And then her face gestures kind of just like moving around, like something's happening. He's like, oh, okay, she's having a dream. Meanwhile, Svetlana, sleeping, is indeed having a dream. And as the light from the moon pours through the window again, the cloud that was just covering it up goes from pitch darkness to lighting up the room. In her dream, she sees flames emerge. And at first it starts off as a small fire, and she starts to see it grow more and more. And as it grows more and more, suddenly she sees a ship appear in the center of the flames. And on top of the ship, she again sees a face in the flames, distorted, hard to make out. Looks like a, humanoid figure, but it's hard to see. And instantly in the dream, she has a recognition that this is the same face that she had seen before. But this time, the face speaks. And the words that she hears: "You lit the flame yourself, devotee of Kor." And then her eyes open up, and she sees Sal standing above her.
Sal, did you see that?
You were sleeping and tossing. I was so worried that something. Are you okay?
I don't know.
What
I don't know.
What happened? What happened?
There's a man. Or a face. I don't know. It's the same one. I've been seeing the same face in flames. I lit the flame. I lit the flame, and I don't know what it means.
You lit what? What flame? What are you talking about? It was just a dream.
I fear my dreams are never just dreams. I don't know. I don't know what this means, Sal, but it doesn't feel good.
Should we tell the others? And Sal kind of looks around, sees everyone sleeping. Should we wake them?
I think there's nothing to be done right now, but I fear there's something wrong with the ship. There's something wrong, and I can't put my finger on it. But I'm afraid it's my fault.
You see from behind Sal's back, like Sal holds his arm down to his side, and from behind his back, his returning blade snaps into his hand. And he just says, if something's wrong, I can solve it.
Will you just hold my hand while I fall asleep?
Sal puts the blade back in its kind of sheath behind him before he does that.
So Svetlana reaches out her hand to Sal.
And Sal kind of wipes his on his cloak and then reaches out to her.
And she lays her head back down, and, she's still breathing a little heavily, still thinking about what she saw, trying to make sense of it. But she feels comfort from her friend Sal, and with that comfort, she's able to fall back to sleep.
And Sal does the rest of his watch kind of right there. And his arm gets really tired because because the hammock's kind of high and Sal's pretty low. But he doesn't move until the end of his watch.
And the night continues. Nothing else happens. That's it. You see...
Bogha doesn't notice anything happening above deck while she's lurking.
Does Bogha notice? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I thought Bogha was in the room. I was about to ask who that weird person was.
No. So you don't even need to roll for that. You are up above noticing the clouds come and go and the darkness settle in and then, come back. The darkness come and go, right? And then the full moon come back. You can't tell exactly where, but you see coming from sort of like the innards of the ship, right? Down one of the stairwells, there was a pulsing light that came and went just quick enough for you to see it.
Well, obviously curiosity's going to take that over. She's going to see if she can find where that came from.
Okay. So you're going down the stairwell?
Yep.
All right. So describe, how you do it. What does it look like? I mean, it's the middle. I'd say now we're getting towards like very late night, early morning kind of stuff. I mean, we're talking probably like 4 a.m. where nothing good happens, right? Usually about that hour.
Witching hour.
Witching hour.
Also, can we add a quick thing where one of us somewhere like multiple hours ago just says, "Hey, where's Bogha?" Because I feel like we should probably have that on the record that someone has said something.
No one just noticed she's gone.
I just figured just doing Bogha things.
I figured when we'd settle down, someone would just be like, "Where's Bogha?" And then we'd all just be like, Bogha will figure it out.
The wonder.
You can edit that in to earlier in the session.
Yeah, exactly. Editor's notes.
Meanwhile,
let's not make the editor's job any harder than we already
No. I figured.
No.
Sorry, I just wanted to say for the record. For the record,
I'll
I think
start meta-editing. Meta-editing.
Mediting. Yep.
Editing. Oh, hey.
So Bogha going down the stairs is going to be like assaulted because she's still disguised. She's trying to make it look like she acts like she belongs there.
Okay. Give me, because what would it be? That one gives you advantage on presence rolls, right?
Yes.
Give me presence.
Yes.
Presence roll.
Oh baby, that's a 17 with fear.
You pass by one worker who just is going right up those stairs and doesn't blink an eye at you, just keeps going right on up. No big thing. So then as you go around, where are you looking? What does it look like? You're going down a stairwell. You're going to end up going to the second level of the ship where all the food stuff was before eventually if you keep going down, you can get back down to where everybody was sleeping. So just tell me what it looks like and where you're looking.
I'm sticking to the left wall. I'm kind of poke my head round corners. See if I see anything.
So as you work your way down the stairs, you briefly glimpse, someone turning a corner in front of you. They're fully clothed, wearing, it's kind of hard to tell. Looks like darker clothes. You hear a door click, kind of like shut, click. And, so you kind of stop for a second. And you're at the second floor of the ship, right towards the front of the galley.
Did I see which door closed, or did I just hear it?
You just heard it. You couldn't really quite get there in time. You're more than welcome to look around and, investigate further if you'd like to try to find out.
Here's a mechanics thing.
Mm-hmm.
If I use the detect magic type thing, would that be an action? I'd be
100%. You will lose your illusion.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a nice thought.
So, I can throw this out to you as well. If you want. If you want to investigate, if you want to investigate further, let's just start there. And then I've got some other, things that,
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I want to investigate further.
From.
All right. Give me an instinct roll.
Oh, baby. That's what I was hoping for.
Baby.
Ugh. That is a 14 with hope.
With hope? All right, well, you already maxed out on hope. But you get the sense that it was the door to the storage room.
I'm going to go up to the door. Try... Oh, that's interesting, actually. Try push... I'm going to lean my form up against the door. Like his back... like the sailor's back's resting on the door.
Okay, so you're kind of trying to look like casual, whatever, just kind of hanging out.
Try listen, see if anything's if I can make out anything's happening behind the door. See if I pick up any kind of... Yeah.
You don't hear anything. You got nothing right now.
I'm gonna...
You're pretty confident that was the door, but definitely don't hear anything at this moment.
I'm gonna try
if you want...
I
was going to say, you could also pressure your up against it if you want to try to, really listen in even more. But, if you do that, you risk being heard.
I'm going to risk it. I'm going to use Arcane Sense.
Okay.
Just to feel if there's
So you're just trying to sense magic.
noticeable magic in like that direction.
So, what would that look like if you started to sense some magic? Like, what do you think that would feel like for Bogha?
I imagine it would be, depending on the type of magic being used, give off like, I wouldn't be able to put a finger on it, but if it was like similar to in the dungeon, the magic down there was like filled with like, malice, and it was like a sense of dread, shadow falling over me. If it was something,
so something potentially like that.
Yes.
So it's not like that, but you start off by getting a sense of warmth within the center of your chest. The warmth slowly starts to spread, throughout the rest of your body. And as that happens, you're actually put at ease. Then, as the warmth spreads throughout your body, that sense of ease suddenly turns into a moment of panic as the sense of warmth turns to a burning sensation and pain and
as this happens
and malice.
The disguise like pops in a fine mist as I like yell out in like, well, kind of not like yell, but exclaim in like pain, like when I feel that burning, I try kind of stumble back from the door. Like a slap.
You mean like your feet on the ground are making noise?
Yeah. Like I'm kind of like falling backwards a little bit.
Okay. So
I was not expecting like pain from this.
So this is going to happen kind of fast, so let me know how you'd like to handle it. There is a staircase nearby that you could get to if you move quickly. The storage door is also in front of you. And you start to hear clearly a footstep behind the door. What is the first thing you do?
I look around in panic for anything ribbit-sized to hide behind, like a medium-sized barrel or something like that.
I mean, there's a galley. There's like a bench right there. There's stuff. I mean, for sure. I mean, you take your pick. I mean, it's a big old ship. There's lots of things around. So,
I'm gonna.
As you think about that, by the way, and you're looking, you start to hear a click.
She darts towards like. She darts. Well, tries to dart behind a barrel, disguise herself as like a pile of cloth with her cloak.
So the doorknob turns. You hear the doorknob turning as this happens. The door is starting to open. Are you? She's
gonna try
casting
for it
a spell?
anyway.
Yeah.
No, she's using her cloak. She's just gonna try blend in a little bit.
So I would like you to take your fear die. Just your fear die. This is a fate roll. So there's no hope or fear given. And I would like you to roll it. And depending on what we get, see if you're seen.
Oh, goodness.
I don't like these fate rolls where we don't get a chance of a crit either. That's what I'm noticing on those.
Got a 9.
Never mind, that seems okay.
We're pretty bad.
I mean, it's a 9 out of 12, right? You stumble into the corner as the door swings open. You can actually sense and feel the figure kind of like look over immediately in your direction as you cast this spell. right? Like, I mean, they just seem to have a sense that somebody's there. You're basically casting this as that person, thing, whatever it is, comes out at the same time. Poof. You just make it. Barely made it. And as you are kind of, cowering and trying to hide yourself, you really only just get a sense that this figure just like walks on by.
Mm-hmm.
And all you really see is the dark clothing covering the figure as then they go back up the stairs.
Do I notice if they lock the door behind them? Actually, no. As they go back up the stairs, I'm going to circle around back to that door and try open it myself.
So you're going to go to open the storage room?
Yes.
Okay. You go over to the storage room. You want to try the door handle? You're trying it?
Absolutely.
Click. It's open.
Ooh.
You can open it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to open it?
Oh, yes.
I'm just making sure you want to.
Well,
are you sure you want
Yeah,
to? The
go
DM
on.
says.
You're just doing
Curiosity.
it? Okay. Curiosity.
Bogha's
Okay,
a
cool.
curious creature.
I love that
She's
plan.
gotta
That's good.
know.
I just always want to open the suspiciously locked doors by yourself in the morning with nobody
in
around.
the dark.
In the dark.
Yeah.
What better
You
time
open
to
it?
open a locked door?
No better time. You open it. You going
Okay.
in?
I'm going to poke my head in. Like, see if I can... The two little ribbit eyes on top of her head just kind of poking around the door frame. Like, try to see what she can make out.
So, at first glance, it just looks like a standard storage room. You see, like, food wares, things like that. And as you see these kind of standard food wares and things, then you keep looking and, your eyes kind of start up towards, the top and then work them way down. And as they work their way down, you notice a piece of paper on the floor. And then near that paper, there seems to be like a darker spot of wood kind of right behind it. And actually, as you continue, as you pop your head in, you no longer feel the pain that seemed to have passed, but the sense of that magic that you felt before is still strong within your body.
Well, Bogha's gonna take a second little look quickly behind her, and she's just gonna slip in the room and try pick that paper up.
Are you
Like, kind of
closing the door or are you
too.
leaving it open? Okay, yeah.
Like, not quite closed, but slightly ajar.
Okay, I'll close it just on Roll20 for everyone, just FYI, but
Mhm.
I understand it's slightly ajar. And you go to pick up the paper?
Yep. Do I? I'll take a look at it. Can I make out anything that's on there? What does it say?
Oh, you can definitely read it. It's pretty plain that it's like a scrap of paper. Some of it is like illegible. It looks like it was definitely like dropped. Seems like accidentally. Sort of has scorch marks on it, little burn marks. And as you
Fascinating.
look at it, yeah, the only line that you can make out says, "She spared me with the light. She lit the flame. I am the torch now." And that's it.
Bogha kind of repeats out to itself. I am the torch now. What? And I'm gonna have a look at like the darker patch of wood, and kind of
You very much recognize it.
gonna wipe my toe over it, see if it smudges.
It does. It is a twisted sun symbol, just like you had seen in Crackett's Arbor.
This This cannot be good. Bo's gonna now she's seen what she came to see. She's gonna try leave the room as quietly as she can.
Okay. I mean, easy enough. You pop out in the hallway. You don't see anybody. Are you closing the door?
Yes, absolutely am.
Okay.
Shoving, just tucking the scrap of paper, like beneath her tunic, beneath her like clothes to keep it safe, because she knows how easily her bags can get wet. She's gonna try to scurry back to where everyone else is staying.
Say. Easy enough. I'll say it's 4 something in the morning. You do it without incident. There's nobody else around. And I think that's the best stopping point we could have. That's perfect.
That was insane.
Stopping is horrible, but I get it.
That was insane.
So tense.
That was so tense. I was like, oh, the whole time.
In the stillness, the shadows breathe. Caught in the tangled web that darkness weaves. I feel a pull that I cannot resist. As moonlight flickers through the ocean mist. The light of God is all we need. A fire to burn away the evil deeds. Our hearts aglow as we slowly drift asleep. Our tired eyes are never more to weep. The light of course with us when we pray. He sparks night fires in the sky to guide our way. No matter where life takes us, how far we roam, the light of core will always bring us home. Through life's labyrinth, we stumble blind. But remember, those who seek will always find. His light will guide us if we call him friend. And out the darkness will our souls transcend. The light of core is all we need. A fire to burn away the evil deeds. Our hearts aglow as we slowly drift asleep. Our tired eyes are never more to weep. The light of course with us when we pray. He sparks night fires in the sky to guide our way. No matter where life takes us, how far we roam, the light of core will always bring us home.
I am down for a musical episode. And don't worry, Svetlana, if you can't sing, you can always carry a tuba.
I love
That's
you,
it.
man.
Wrap it up. We're going home.